So good morning, folks. Today we're gonna head down to the garden and let y'all kind of see what we've got going on. I guess you can call it kind of a garden tour. We're at the beginning of May. We're just gonna walk you down, show you how things are going, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let you get a look at Huffman House. So our peas are up and running, but man, it is getting hot. There are a few blooms starting to come out over here. You can see that one right there. Oh yeah. Whether or not we get any peas, I think we started a little bit late on them, so we're not expecting to get too much, if anything, from them. Our pole beans are coming up on the trellis, both sides looking fairly good. We went ahead and harvested our bok choy, which is right here. We've got some spotty germination of our field peas going on. We still have our kohlrabi growing up. You can see inside here, she's starting to kind of bulb up. Let's see if we get another one right there. Yep. In this bed, we've got our two trellises for our winter squashes. On this side is our butternut, and on this side is our spaghetti squash. Don't mind the weeds, still got to get in there and weed. We finished off all our lettuce, and in those places we planted our cucumbers. We got our cucumbers up on our slanted trellis that we like so much, and then behind that is all of our spinach doing well. Our asparagus bed, Lisa's been loving that. We've been eating asparagus, and I think right now we're going to let it go to frond, let it regenerate its roots, so that next year we'll get even better harvest. This is what we transplanted, what was that, maybe about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So most of them transplanted well. They're doing extremely well. We're really happy with the way things actually came out with this one. This is our weed bed. No, I'm kidding. This is our Rutabaga bed, and yeah, it's you could tell, well, I'm not much of a weeder. And then this is our turnip bed. We'll be pulling all of these. We did get a few of the purple top. I don't know if you could see down in there amongst all the weeds and whatnot. Yeah, there it is. We did get a few purple tops. We planted some white, little white Japanese ones, and they just grew all top. I don't think there's a single white turnip in that mess. So we'll be pulling that entire bed, and that is going to be our, what is that? That's going to be our sweet potatoes. So we'll be planting out our sweet potato slips today, hopefully. Oh, yeah. This is our carrot bed. We tried a couple different methods. We tried doing the rows and laying them in there thick, and they're doing extremely well. And then over here we spaced them square garden method, 16 every square foot, and they're doing fairly good. Again, the weeds, oh my god, the weeds, it's just crazy. Anywho, something you got to deal with. That's our potato bed. We decided to plant one bed of potato. We've got 4 rows in there, 4 different types. I'm not sure if we did a video on planting that out, but man, they are doing crazy. They're beautiful, beautiful green. So we've got some, I think this front row to your left is Cannabec. The middle, the next row would be the Red New Orleans. The center would be the purple Adirondacks, blues, whatever you call those. And then the ones on the right are the Yukon Gold. So they're doing really, really well. It looks like this one is wanting to put on blooms. So still don't know if we pluck the blooms or if we let them bloom. Don't know. Anywho, moving on. This is our Indeterminate tomato beds, they're doing really well. Haven't taken off as well as our indeterminates, but you know, we have high hopes for it. They normally do pretty good. It's Tati to the left, and then to the right are going to be the two red snappers. This is our pepper beds. Didn't do so good on germination. We're still trying to get the greenhouse heat situated, figured out, and all that. It's a lot different when you do have some temperature swings trying to get your pepper started in the wintertime with an unheated greenhouse. So germination wasn't all that great, but we did manage to get about 9 of them. This one's looking like it has some type of deficiency, maybe iron, magnesium. I can't remember what it was when the veins are green and the leaves are yellow. So I'm gonna have to figure that out, do some research, and try to give it what it needs. Over here we've got our cherry tomatoes. I believe that one is the Atomic Grape. This one is the Mountain Vineyard, and then this one is our standard Baxter cherry, just regular old cherry. In the back here in our 3 beds, we planted some corn, peaches and cream. Got a little spotty germination on it, so we replanted those. I don't know if they're gonna come up in time to be able to tag along with the rest of them. We did put up an electric fence to try to keep the deer out. Whether or not that happens, I don't know. I still need to fix this back fencing. So maybe with the double fencing, maybe that'll deter them. Something about deer have a hard time judging distance. So if you have 2 fences kind of close to each other, they won't try to jump it. Our garlic bed is still going, not doing great, but still going. The smaller ones on the right are the elephant garlic, and then these are just soft neck varieties, I believe from the store, don't know what kind. And then our onions are really green. It looks like they're trying to bulb up. So I stopped feeding those, and hopefully we'll wind up getting some onions this year. Maybe not, I don't know. And then this is our Indeterminate beds. We've got 16 Indeterminate. There's like Dr. Witchy, Purple Cherokee, Orange Chef, Old Polka, Salvatore Select. So they're just about getting up to the trellis. So we should be able to start clipping them and fastening them to them. A couple of them are leaning heavily. We'll get that situated. Let's move to our in-ground. So our in-ground, we've been kind of playing with the cloth, the ground cover, trying to see what works better for us. We did this first one on 1 foot spacing, then we did it without any ground cover, and then we did 2 foot spacing over there. So far everything's going good. Oh, gotta show you our broccoli. Our lone survivor. Y'all know we had cutworms. This is the first time this ground has been tilled in ages and the cutworms come up. But look at that big old head. Yeah, we're pulling that bad boy today and gonna eat it. So that was our only broccoli. Kale is looking pretty good. We've got some more broccoli planted, but man, the heat it's crazy. Today's beautiful. Right now it's 60 degrees, Central North Carolina. Feeling extremely comfortable. So our cabbage trying to head up. Still not quite there. That one's a little puny one. These two are doing much better. But again, I'm not sure if they're gonna wind up heading or if they're gonna go to bolt. Not sure. And the other section where we're doing our pumpkins and gourds, they started coming up again, the weeds. I've got to figure out something. I've got to do better about that. got our pumpkins have come up. They're down this row. Then we skipped a row if you don't count the weeds. And then my baby, she's got her gourds planted here along this row. And again, yeah, weeds. And then this is our watermelon. And they're just poking their little bitty heads out. So we've got this row for our watermelon. Now over here, we just had a hodgepodge of seeds. I had some bush beans. We just went ahead and just planted a few of those, see if they come up, see what we get out of it. Maybe we can save some seeds, have some more for next year. Next to it are some dried garbanzo beans. I don't know if you can see them. They form 2 rows. We did a double row, 2 rows each of garbanzo beans, and then we had some lentils. We did the same thing, did 2 double rows of those. All right, so again, first year trying in-ground gardening. Weeding is probably my biggest fault, or lack thereof. Our blueberries are putting on pretty good fruit, but again, that's as high as I can reach. You can see how tall they are, and that's a shorter bush. So these back here are much bigger. This is probably our shortest blueberry right here. Been working on getting some compost in and around the soil, cover it up, maybe act as a mulch in here, so stop a little bit of the weeds. But you can see these things are just loaded down with berries, so it should be a really good berry harvest. So I've really been wanting to prune these back last year during the fall time, I reckon, early winter. Never did get around to it, and you can just see just how big these things are. Yeah, so they're massive. Hopefully this year I'll actually get to them, along with figuring out something a little better for our in-ground garlic or garden. We're planning on turning those into maybe 3 beds, something that's a little easier to manage. We could do cover crop, forage, something like that, or fodder, something like that, for us to be able to manage it just a little bit easier. The weeds, I wasn't ready for it. It's just, it's too much, and I'm not quite there yet. So we'll get it figured out. Other than that, it's just, today's just a wonderful day. So get out there and grow something. Enjoy life.